Got a great guest in studio to introduce everybody to the Executive Director for United Way of Mason County, Ted Jackson. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Nice to meet you and get you in here to talk a little bit about how things have been going. 3 months?
3 months. 3 months. It's gone by quick.
I bet it has. United Way of Mason County has long since ingrained itself in the community in a variety of different ways. One of them is the Valentines dessert and gift auction, which is tomorrow. We'll get to in just a second. But for those who may have seen your profile, your bio in the paper, or had a chance to meet with you, or those who haven't, tell us a little bit about what brought you to Mason County United Way.
Well, I was in law enforcement, and I was assigned. I got hired on with Fish and Wildlife and was assigned back in '96 to the Belfair Station. So since that time, my wife and I have lived in Allen. I spent over 22 years as a Fish and Wildlife officer out here and sergeant. And then I left and became the assistant chief of DuPont. We still lived in Allen, then became the interim chief of DuPont. And then I was just the commute and wanting to be back home. So I decided to pull the plug on my law enforcement. Then this job came open, and I was excited, and people were saying, hey, maybe we could do some good things. Yeah. So I applied and luckily got it.
The office is on Railroad, just next to Blondie's, right?
Correct.
The old Radich eye optometry place.
Yes.
There. That's a unique little building.
It is. I nickname it the shoebox.
So. It really is about the size of that. Tell us a little bit about kind of what you knew of United Way in general, or kind of the things that the Mason County one's done.
Well, United Way, nationwide, you always hear about it, especially during football games. They partner with the NFL. But as a local United Way, we're affiliated in that we're able to use a national logo as long as we pay our dues and abide by some of their rules and regulations. But the Mason County United Way just focuses on Mason County. We do support the crisis clinic at Mason Thurston financially, but all of our resources are in Mason County. And to be honest with you, before I took this job and started doing some researching on it, I didn't know much. It's based in Shelton. I lived up in the north end. There's always been a disconnect between the north and south, and so when I started researching it, I thought, well, maybe we could start leveraging some of the our partner counties that are doing very well, start using some of their ideas, concepts, and bring them into Mason County. I think United Ways across the nation are working on homeless, working on a whole bunch of initiatives to improve their community, and we need to bring that into Mason County.
There was a little bit of a changeover all throughout United Way of Mason County, and you being the new executive director, hitting the ground running with the big Valentines dessert and gift auction, which is tomorrow. Important to note, it's a different location than in years past. It's going to be at the Transit Community Center.
Yes, that's correct. We had a conflict over at the Civic Center, just as a date conflict. And so luckily we were able to move it over to the Transit Center. The doors will open at 11:30. This is a major fundraiser. All the money stays with the United Way of Mason County. Our community is amazing. Our businesses are great. We've had a lot of donations. A lot of people step up and make desserts. We try to have a little competition between some businesses. Who will get the highest bid on their dessert, they get something. So but yeah, a lot of volunteers. We're looking forward to it. Wild and Woodsy's doing the catering.
Oh, yeah.
And Heather and Fred have been tremendous to work with. But also, we still have about 15 tickets available. So if anybody, they're available at the door. They're $25. We'd love to see people there. There are some hotel stays, packages that we'll be auctioning off. And as a big fan of WSU provided us 2 basketball tickets and a night stay at the Holiday Inn.
Wow, that's nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's been very nice. So,
have you been to one of these before?
I have never been to a Valentine's Day auction. Valentine's Day usually slips by me, but I'm looking forward to it, and I know a lot of people will get very excited about going, so.
They do. They wait a long time to bid on some of these sweet treats that folks create. It's pretty fantastic. And looking at the auction items as well, it's a good one here. What else is going to be coming down the pike for United Way of Mason County? More of the same outreach opportunities, the dump days and things like that? Or are you looking at some new events that nationwide people have been doing that look like they've been kind of successful?
Well, the dump day, we are doing vouchers with the Public Works, and the county commissioners approved it again this year, so we're very happy with that. The first day, let me step back. You come to our office, fill out a form, make sure you're a Mason. We just make sure you're a Mason County resident, and then in April we'll be providing the vouchers. The first day we had over 60 folks show up at our door, and I think right now, as of today, we just started on Monday. As of today, we're close to 100.
Wow.
We are going to be going up into the north end. I'm trying to make arrangements either at the hub or QFC, so the north end residents don't have to drive down, but I want it heavily advertised so people that are available to get up there and get the dump.
You know, we talked about that last year or last time it went around, and it's kind of like a no-brainer. You would think to go and get some of these vouchers to help clean up your area and help clean up your surrounding area, so you know, for the neighbors and things like that. Not very often are you given that opportunity for a free dump day.
No,
and everybody's got stuff to get rid of.
Yep. And even if you could help a neighbor, a friend in our community, as long as they're Mason County residents, I think it's a great way to get rid of our garbage and clean up some of these places that need to be cleaned up. But that's a great program. I'm so glad. Public Works has been wonderful to work with. I'm so glad that's going on. And the broader picture of the United Way, being on for 3 months, when I came on, we were in the middle of our workplace campaign. We got off to a slow start on that. Nobody's fault. We just did.
Sure.
My goal is, after this Valentine's Day auction, is to start reaching out to people that we've kind of lost contact with. It's very easy to say we're the United Way, but if you don't maintain that contact, they're just saying, okay, you're the United Way of what? And what have you done for our community? I want to reach out to the county and the city and start working with emergency management. In case we have a natural disaster, I'd like to see United Way be the people that are able to collect the funds and funnel 100% of that money back out to people in need. Kitsap County did that when the tornado struck, and it was very good, where the Red Cross and the county said, hey, these people need hotels rooms because their houses are unlivable. They were able to get those funds directly to the people. The counties and the cities can't collect that money and give it back out. So we can do that, and we could also work with some other things. Law enforcement, I've worked with natural disasters and emergency management, so I think that'd be a good fit for our United Way. And there's a whole lot of other things I'd like to reach out to do. So,
well, bring plenty of business cards tomorrow. You get a chance to meet Ted here. A couple tickets still available for the Valentines auction, and it goes to a great cause, United Way of Mason County. And when you have more news to share with the listeners, feel free, come on, let me know.
Absolutely.
We'll get you in here.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Have fun tomorrow.
You bet.